although he's behaving. You're being very good, Leroy. I appreciate it because you really haven't been behaving a whole lot lately. Hey guys, it's Maggie and I am back today. Today is Friday, but you probably won't see this video until Sunday because we've got another busy weekend ahead of us. Zach's best friend Greg is getting married this weekend. Greg actually watches a lot of my YouTube videos, so if you're watching this, happy wedding day. But yeah, we are going to his wedding tomorrow and it's happening in Maryland, so we've got a little bit of a drive ahead of us. And again, because my ostomy has been a little bit inconsistent, it's actually improved a bit, but it's still a little bit inconsistent. I want to make sure that I have a fresh ostomy bag in place, ready to go. And I like to do it the night before because I feel like if I give it, 12 hours where it has time to kind of mold to me, my body heat warms it up, it sticks better. I don't necessarily like changing my bag right before an event because it's still fresh and still not fully adhered to my skin. So that's why I'm doing it today rather than tomorrow morning. I was debating what I wanted to do for this wedding, if I wanted to go the Hollister route or the Convatec route. I've got a limited supply on Convatec, and because my ostomy seems to be behaving a little bit better, knock gently on wood so dogs don't bark. I don't think that's wood actually. Is there any wood in here? Oh, here we go. Knocked on the door over there. Because it's been behaving, I think I'm gonna go with Hollister. They're smaller, so hopefully my bag doesn't fill up suddenly. I'm gonna take all the measures I can, take Imodium and try to eat the foods that are the soluble fibers that maybe will slow me down a bit. And just stay hydrated. That's my real goal. So I'm gonna wear Hollister. I have a bunch of these bags. I get questions a lot about using the non-drainables. How do I afford it with insurance? So these bags, rather than the drainables that usually come 10 to a box, these come 60 to a box, and I get 1 box per month. And I don't use that. Typically how this works for me is if I am home, I am emptying through the ring. I will take the bag off of my flange and empty it into the toilet and make sure the ring's all clean and click it back to myself. If I am out of the house, I will empty what I can out of the bag and put it in the trash, which is why I bring a bunch of these baggies with me too. And I will just have a whole new fresh bag on because it's kind of hard to get the ring clean. I know I could bring a water bottle. I kind of explained in my recent video how I have trouble with using a squirt bottle and using my nasal syringe. I need a glass of water. It's gonna be a little bit difficult for me to do that out of the house in like a public restroom. So this is a really convenient way for me to manage it. Plus, it's so fast. It's so much faster than trying to clean the end of the bag or clean the ring of the bag. It's pop on, pop off, out the door. So that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, Leroy is slightly active right now. So to protect my clothing, I've got some paper towels here. Sometimes I just use toilet paper. I'm just going to fold this up and put it in my shorts. Just kind of tuck it in like that, so that way my shorts are nice and protected. And since I have a bra on, I'm going to tuck my shirt into that. Sometimes I'll use a ponytail holder and tie my shirt behind me, or you could just go shirtless. All right, let's see. Do I have scissors? Did I bother to get scissors? Oh, I did. Look at me. We're really looking forward to this wedding though. The only thing about it is that it's gonna be raining tomorrow a lot, and the wedding is outside. So we're not sure how that's gonna work out, and I'm not sure there is a contingency plan, so it might just be, getting married out in the rain, which is totally fine. But I think, Zach and I are going to go to the store this evening just to pick up some groceries. I'm going to get stuff like Brussels sprouts and broccoli because that really seems to help with my ostomy output. Anyways, I'm gonna see if they have maybe a couple extra umbrellas. I was about to say rainbrella. I want to. It makes the most sense. We're gonna see though if they have some umbrellas that are maybe cheap, maybe on sale, and just throw them in the car. Like I said, this is a very small wedding, so a couple umbrellas might do it. And we have our own we'll bring tomorrow. I don't know. Going to put a barrier ring on. I was debating between using my Ostoform one, but I think my output is thick enough right now where I can get away with this guy. I like debate it. Should I switch? I think I'll be okay with this guy. So that's our plan for tomorrow. I think the drive will be about 2.5 hours to get there. So it'll be a long day, and I know we'll be there late. We are planning on driving home though because we got dogs. All right, I'm gonna grab some little pieces of toilet paper in case Leroy decides he wants to get talking. Got my toilet paper. All right, let's see. Let's take off the old guy. It's actually peeling off really super easy because it's been on for a few days now. All right, now I'm using you're not talking, are you? You better behave. We're not doing this. Sorry about that. Using an adhesive remover wipe now just to really get my skin clean. There we go. I also get questions of why I don't wear gloves, and I just ask you, do you use gloves when you wipe or when you change a diaper? No, you wash your hands afterwards. There are certain medical procedures that when you do them on yourself, you should be wearing gloves. Stomas are not sterile by any means. I get questions too because, you know, people see my stoma and they see how red it is. People are worried if I could get an infection. You can get an infection with your stoma. You can get, you know, skin infections and whatnot. But I know it looks super raw looking and red and like an open wound, and that's actually a sign of it being really healthy. It means my stoma's got good blood flow, and that's exactly what you want. What you're seeing here is actually the inside of my intestine. They kind of turtleneck it outwards, so I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the inside of my intestine. It's like if I took a turtleneck sweater and turned it inside out. It's the same thing. It's just how they sew it into place, and it's not painful or anything, so. Now what I've been doing for a while is using a little bit of Flonase spray. I know some people use inhalers, like the steroid inhalers. I just use a little bit of Flonase. It's got a steroid in it, and it's, I think, what really helped my skin, along with Marathon. That stuff was amazing, super expensive. I know there are other versions of it. It's just, you know, that's what my WOCN told me to try. Thankfully, don't need to use Marathon anymore because the Flonase seems to keep my skin in check. It is a steroid, so I do get worried about, you know, steroid withdrawal with it, but when I don't use it, my skin really does not like any flanges, particularly coloplast. I'm sorry, coloplast, but my skin does not want to be with you. It was the most mad on that. Yeah, my stoma looks pretty good though. I have one little spot here that looks like a granuloma. It's a little bit painful, so generally when I see those, I try to cut a little bit of extra space with my flange just so there's nothing pressing on it, because that is kind of what makes granulomas appear is pressure. So cut a little extra space, make sure nothing is sitting on top of it, poking it, and usually it goes away on its own. Some people have to get that silver nitrated. I am very glad I've had silver nitrate. That was on my proctocolectomy tush wound, but not for Leroy. Alright, Flonase dries pretty quickly, thankfully, so I'm just going in with my skin barrier, very light layer. And this dries really quick too. Thank goodness. Although he's behaving. You're being very good, Leroy. I appreciate it because you really haven't been behaving a whole lot lately. I'm looking at it in the mirror. I see you. You be good. You be good, little intestine. Oh, that's so weird. I'm talking to my intestine. That's already dry. Wow. Cool. So something else I do is I will put my hair dryer on, you know, light heat, low heat, and I will warm up my flange and the barrier ring, or barrier ring, just so it helps mold my skin better. But really, time is what helps the most, I notice. And time to put it on. Sometimes I like to put it this way, sometimes this way. I like doing the diamond though, it makes me feel fancy. I also just did my nails today, redid them, nice little pink color. It's actually very similar to what I already had on, but my dress is, I want to say like a navy blue, but has florals in it. It's velvet, it's pretty. I don't know if these nails will go, but I wanted them to stand out, so that's why I chose this color. Alright, that feels pretty good. I'm just going to click the mag on. There we go. That's all I had to do. And Leroy did not once splurt. I was really looking for a better word to say. I couldn't think of one. When it comes to throwing this out, generally I will just throw it in the outside trash. I get questions about that too. I'm sorry, this might be TMI for some of you. If you have dogs and you put your ostomy trash in the bathroom in an open trash can and you leave the bathroom door open, you can expect them to go after it. Do I know this from experience? A lot of experience. Yeah, it's awful. It's really bad. So that's why we put it in the outside trash. Learn the hard way all the time. So, alright, let me wash my hands real quick. It is always nice going to, you know, weddings or parties or whatever you're going to that you might be away from the house for a while. It's nice having a fresh, clean ostomy. It's like showering before you go anywhere. You just feel refreshed. We are all set. Feels good. Let me tuck it into my pants here. Alright, well, thank you for hanging out with me while I did my bag change. Looking forward to the wedding tomorrow. I will let you know how it goes, and I hope that you are feeling great, and I will see you very soon. Bye, guys.